I need you to stop what you're doing right now, because what I'm about to tell you is going to completely change how you see KSI. Not the KSI who's beefing on Twitter, not the KSI doing boxing press conferences, the real one. The one his own friends didn't recognize anymore. See, everyone's talking about the fact that he left the Sidemen, but nobody's talking about what he did right before he pressed upload on that video. And when you find out, and stay with me here, you're going to understand exactly why the Sidemen have never been more angry in their lives. This isn't just a creator leaving a group. This is 13 years of friendship, money, and ego colliding all at once. And it ends in a way nobody saw coming. Right, let's rewind. For anyone who somehow doesn't know what the Sidemen is, it's basically the biggest YouTube group in UK history. 7 creators, 1 channel, completely equal revenue split across all of them. No one earns more than anyone else. And they've been doing it for over a decade. We're talking £100 million empire at minimum. Charity matches selling out stadiums, Sunday videos doing millions of views every single week like clockwork, and KSI, JJ, he's been there since day one, since the Skype calls, since the bedroom videos, since before any of them knew this thing was going to become what it became. By any measure, one of the most important British creators to ever do it. But here's what was happening behind the scenes that nobody was fully clocking. KSI wasn't just making Sidemen content. He was doing his own channel, Misfits Boxing, Prime, BGT as a judge, Baller League, music. His calendar, his words, was disgusting. His first holiday of the year wasn't until October. He went to his mom's 60th birthday dinner and sat there and realized he could count on one hand how many times he'd seen his parents in the last 10 years. His girlfriend barely saw him. And the whole time he was doing all of this, he was also trying to push the Sidemen to be bigger, to go global, to compete at the highest level. And the group kept voting no. See, it's a democracy. 4 votes wins. And KSI felt like he was constantly outvoted. He said it on a podcast with Chunks months before any of this. Some of the guys are just comfortable. They don't want what I want. So he went to his own channel to prove it could be done. And it was working. May 31st, KSI drops a video called I'm Leaving the Sidemen. No warning, no group meeting, no call to his friends first. Just uploaded it. While some of them were literally at a charity football match. The video itself is emotional. Black and white, him talking about how hard this decision was, how much these guys mean to him, how he's gone back and forth on it for months. And look, some of it genuinely lands. 13 years is 13 years. You can hear it in his voice. But then he drops a follow-up statement on Instagram. And bro, this is where it gets crazy. He writes to the boys directly, in public, on Instagram. And he says, I know you're all grieving in your own way because of my decision. Some of you are angry. Some of you don't want to accept it. Some of you might even hate me. And some of you are just upset. It's okay. I'll always be here for you. I'll always be here for you. To his adult friends, who he just blindsided on the day of a charity match, talking to them like they're children who need reassurance from their dad after a difficult conversation. And then, wait for it, he tells them to be optimistic, think positively. You've done this without me before and it was great. He actually wrote, haha. No cap, if one of my friends did this to me on Instagram, I would never speak to them again. Simon, Mini Minter, was mid-vlog when the news broke, didn't know the video was going up, said it live on camera, completely blindsided. None of them liked the Instagram post, not one. 6 hours later, 0 likes from the Sidemen. That tells you everything.
Sunday the 31st, and I am going to Soccer Aid, not to play, no. I'm going to support Ethan, Toby, and Ginge, as well as, you know, everyone else there, charity, etc. I mean, you may have seen the news that has just been dropped. I didn't know that video was going out now, so I'm expecting a lot of people to just ask me about that.
The internet went nuclear, and I mean nuclear. BBC covered it, CNN covered it, the Times of Canada. Wikipedia moved him to former members within hours. People were comparing it to the Queen dying, which is obviously insane, but also kind of tells you how big this actually is in UK internet culture. The Sidemen put out their own statement, and bro, read between the lines on this one. They said, unfortunately, his exit did not happen in the way any of us wanted it to. Ideally, we would have loved to give JJ the send-off he deserved, a proper farewell video, time for everybody to process it. Unfortunately, JJ released the news before we had agreed on a mutual way of letting our audiences know. That's not a goodbye message. That's a politely worded, this wasn't okay. And KSI responded with a love heart on Instagram and then deleted it. So yeah, not exactly amicable. Then, the clip started surfacing. And this is where the narrative really shifted. Because people started digging. and what they found painted a very different picture to the emotional black and white video. On a podcast with Vitaly, KSI said he was competing with Mr. Beast, said he'd already beaten the Sidemen in monthly views, said he was coming for speed next, then Mr. Beast, his own channel, bigger than everyone. On another podcast, he called himself the Beyonce of the Sidemen. Then there's the clip where someone tells him Speed is more famous than him, and he just refuses to accept it. "You're mental, bro." That's his response. "You're mental." And his editor, who's worked with him for 11 years, ended up getting racially abused online after the fallout, had to put out a statement. That's how far this went. Here's where it gets really interesting. And this is the bit most people missed. Someone on Reddit clocked something. KSI sent the leaving video to Deji, his brother, before he uploaded it. The Sidemen found out when everyone else did, but his brother had it early. The version he sent Deji wasn't even color graded yet, meaning he had a finished, polished version ready to go, and he chose not to tell the people who'd been building this with him for over a decade. Now, is that calculated? Did he know the drama would drive views? Did he want the chaos? Because this isn't the first time KSI has profited off backlash. The thick of it, the song everyone clowned, made him money specifically because of the meme. He knows how the internet works. He's been doing this since he was a teenager. And here's the other thing the Sidemen gave him that nobody's talking about. They stopped him self-destructing. Multiple times. When KSI was deep in his crypto era and wanted to do an NFT, one of the boys shut it down, sat down, did a full breakdown of why it was a bad idea, refused to let it happen. The Sidemen were the check on his worst impulses, the people who'd actually tell him no.
Vikkstar has reacted to KSI losing thousands of subscribers after leaving the Sidemen. JJ has lost already 100,000 subscribers. Fans are calling him a traitor and money hungry because they believe he should have treated the group better after all they've been through together. It's a huge boycott and it's only just getting started. And I'm predicting that he could even lose millions of fans after all this. This really reveals how much the audience values loyalty above everything else. Many feel that walking away from a 13-year bond for mainstream success is completely wrong. It's not just him leaving that's annoyed people though. It's how he handled it. He tweeted about it out of the blue and didn't even give them time to make an official announcement. It just feels incredibly insensitive to his closest friends, and I can see why fans are so upset. Now, Vikkstar has stepped in and left a comment under a post about him losing subs and said, well, that's random. I guess he's probably happy about this. KSI did leave them out of the blue, so I'm sure that they won't be wishing him success in the future. But who knows? Maybe the guys are mature and don't actually wish bad things upon him. But before you go, I want to know, do you think losing 100,000 subscribers will make him regret leaving?
Now he's got a team around him, and from what everyone's seeing, nobody's telling him no anymore. So here's the full picture. A guy who built something incredible with his friends, who genuinely felt creatively suffocated by a democratic system that kept voting against his vision, who was burning out in real time. No family time, no relationship time, a calendar that looked like a punishment. Those parts are real. You can't fake the mom's birthday story. You can't fake that level of exhaustion. But he also left without warning. Dropped the video while his friends were at a charity event, sent it to his brother first, wrote a condescending Instagram post to grown men telling them to grieve healthily, publicly bragged on multiple podcasts about outperforming the very people he called his second family. And now he's making viral shorts aimed at 10-year-olds, chasing Mr. Beast numbers, surrounded by people who won't push back on him. The Sidemen didn't lose KSI because he got too big. They lost him because he stopped feeling like one of them. And whether that's their fault or his, the internet has made its verdict pretty clear. The most unanimous reaction I've seen online in years. Everyone saying the same thing. This is going to backfire. Whether they're right, we'll see. But one thing's for certain, that group was never going to last forever. And the way it ended says more about who KSI has become than anything he's ever posted. Anyway, this concludes today's video. Be sure to subscribe to LoafTube for future celebrity videos, and turn on that post notification bell so you don't miss out on any future uploads. Until then, see you in the next one.